All right, good morning, guys. Today I want to orient you a little to the Adobe world and show you some places I need you to give you kind of an overview of all the tools that Creative Cloud opens up to you and how to navigate around some of them and get you started learning some basic Photoshops. What we'll be doing this week primarily, and getting you comfortable in it. And I want to both teach you the basics, how to get around in the basic format, but also open up doors for you to explore. I want you to be doing some of both what I need you to learn and what I want you to feel comfortable uh, checking out, because the Adobe universe is pretty massive, constantly changing, and it is a sort of hub of creative energy. So tapping into that will get you all kinds of things, connections, opportunities. So I learned some stuff this morning. This page is one I'm going to explore for you, let you know what it has. So let's start by opening Creative Cloud, okay? But want to just show you the basics of Creative. Of course, this is the home button. You see here, these are the things I have installed. And if I go to apps, you'll see that my apps are all grouped at the top. These are the ones I do have installed or have used. And one of the ones where I want you to work with, of course, Photoshop is our primary one right now. We'll be picking up Premiere real quickly here. Uh, so, but this interface right here is where I want you to be comfortable now. Something really important to pay attention to. Adobe updates its software a lot. Very important for you to run smoothly and not have crashes and glitches and sometimes lose your work or have difficulty working, to update your computer. That's both in Apple, okay, and in Adobe. So when you head home and then tap apps, it pops up all the things that need updating here. You can see that both Bridge and Photoshop need an update. I usually just click update all and let it get to work, okay, in the background, okay. And give it permission, let it do its thing. Okay, so, but this is the first screen I want to show you. One of the really cool tools I want to show you right now is you have access to Adobe's entire font library, which is really cool. This little font ligature up here is how you access this, but I usually bounce right to the web page because it's much more user-friendly and cool and powerful. Here you can search any fonts you want, any style of fonts, you know. These are tags. Man, I can't even begin to tell you, thousands upon thousands of different fonts organized into families. Let me show you how that works. If you view, this is a font, this is Byte Stencil, okay, and they have specific types. So when you look at a font family, it's all of the other ones. So you have oblique. Oh, this one only has two. So you have bold, you have semi-bold, you have all these different ones. So you can find those. If you decide you want to add it, you click add, and then the next time you launch Photoshop, it'll be available in your fonts list. Okay, that's how they work. So it installs on your computer and you're ready to work. If you're already in Photoshop, you might have to reinstall. So that's how you add fonts, just right there. So if you're looking for something special, hunt around, because there are, let's see, it looks like we've got 200 pages of fonts, okay? Or 200 pages of font families, more likely. So lots and lots and lots of them. All right, so back to Creative Cloud. But don't forget about that little F up there, because there's a lot of power in finding your own font. All right, finding a specific font. So back to home. Always it makes suggestions, like everything else on the planet now, tells you what it thinks you should do. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't, but that crap always bosses me around and I'm not that big a fan. So I work from the app menu a lot, okay? I launch from here. And one of the things they're going to do We'll come back here in a minute. Let me show you give you the tour of this whole column here. Files. You don't have access to Adobe stock stuff. Okay, so these are files I've saved in Creative Cloud universe. Okay, things that I can pick up and work on. Go ahead and use Creative Cloud. It's another place to store your files. You have 80 gigs worth. Okay, so this is new. I played with it this morning. Benefits. Needed to talk about Firefly right now. Firefly it's AI generated work. I think it's limited to X number of credits. I believe you can use it some. Play with it. I will never assign you to work with it, and I will not accept work done by Firefly. A lot of times when you do your work, I'm going to have you screenshot it so I can see how it got there. So, and here's why. Any work you have Firefly do is work you'll never get paid for. You're not actually learning skills. It's like telling someone to make your bed every morning. You may not know how to move your, may not know how to make your bed. You may not know how to build a shelf. You may not know how to change your oil. Because you can tell someone to do it, doesn't mean you know how to do it. So you don't actually have any skills or sellable skills or knowledge or power. Okay? You get a result that you like, but using this is, it weakens you a little bit. Okay? It's as if you decided you needed to get in better shape, so you hire a workout robot, you go to the gym, you write down the workout, and it does the workout for you. At the end of the day, you're not any stronger. And that's why these tools are good to augment, to find a piece, to get something done fast. Okay? But they are not real skills. So the jobs of the future will not be people who know how to tell AI what to do. You need the skills behind it. Anyone who can have AI do their job won't have a job, because anyone can do that. That's not much of a job. It's the people who can create and design. Because the one thing AI cannot do is create. All it can do is follow your instructions, copy other people, and mix other people's ideas. So becoming a creator, someone who comes up with new ideas, not just asks AI to do it for you, or uses templates and stickers to create their content. That's where we want you to be. Those are the skills we want you to have. We want you to have that power and that ability. That is a sellable skill. All right. So that's Firefly. Lots of different things. I told you this is something I'm checking out for you. So feel free to browse around here. One caution: we do not have access to Adobe stock. So whenever that pops up, you don't have it, because it's a lot of it's paid, and they make that little switch from free to paid very confusing, and the district isn't going to pay big money for you to download 50 paid photos. So it has to be capped. So we're locked out of that. So you'll run into that occasionally. All right, under the create section, this is a good one. This is new. Again, more AI, generate video, all of these. I haven't used this a whole bunch, but feel free to jump in here. And then this is stock and marketplace, where you can't go. So we're going to bounce back up to apps and show you what is an absolutely key thing for how we work. Once these are installed, you can open it from here. I usually I keep it in my system tray, open it from there. But if you don't click on open, you'll have other options here. All right, different ways to open it. I just click on it and go to the page. This is what I want you to do. This is your page in Adobe Creative for Photoshop in Adobe Creative Cloud, and it gets to an important thing. Photoshop Workspace Basics is where I'm going to want you today. This is a set of tutorials that will start to teach you how to work in the Photoshop workspaces. Workspaces are incredibly important in Adobe for organizing your workspace, your setting up the software to work the way you need it to, and how to get back to it. Getting comfortable in Adobe workspaces is a super powerful way to get very efficient. And then once you learn how to work in the Adobe Photoshop workspace, you easily translate a lot of those skills over to Premiere Pro, how to move windows around, how to set it up, how to save your own workspace. So learning that early is something we want you to do. So if you notice here, you have files you can download that will be part of the tutorial. So you'll be going through this Photoshop Workspace Basics tutorial. So you can go ahead and get started by downloading those files and learning all that it has to teach.